Hello, everybody. I want to do this video before I go to bed, and I'm tired, and I got to work tomorrow too. Excuse me. So, Donald J. Trump today, over these Arctic disasters, wildfires in California, he takes a media response and he states, yeah, Canada, the 51st state, again and again, day after day. But he puts out a challenge. He says, yeah, you'll get better health care in Canada if somebody can explain it. I've already rolled out a model of what Canada has in its district system, what USA is desperate, and Donald J. Trump is desperate to end the health deficits, also wishes to replace Obamacare and some of the ill effects of Medicaid. This is a tremendous cost to the federal system. More, Canada does provide at its health district level through provinces, territories in a regional health system better than the United States. However, there's a whole expanded area in a two-tiered system that has to be gone through. It's the private health of USA in a two-tiered model that everyone needs to see. You need to see that for yourself as it is in America. Now, there is the far right and the far left that oppose these two concepts. Absolutely. One says, no, it must all be private. Another says, no, it must all be public. You can't mix or merge the two. Just look at the United States. Now, we're going to go into that. We're going to go into it absolutely. It's a challenge. It's a Donald J. Trump and GOP challenge. And I have people in that administration that are asking for that. It's wicked. And he stated it publicly today. I almost missed it. And moments ago, I just watched it. There's been some, I don't want to say, there's just things that Canadians don't know. And I think Americans don't know either, that need to be gone over, and the GOP and Donald J. Trump need to see that happen. And I want to say something here for people, and I don't think I've made this effectual yet, and people have put this comment. I'm facing you. I see you, Kelly. Hello again. Folks, that people say, well, why doesn't Donald J. Trump roll this out, or why doesn't the GOP roll that out? It is not their mandate. I just put a post that nobody is gravitating to, and I've seen other people reach out to academics I know very well, and that's your prerogative. Or the concept of, hey, if we contact the president or the president's office or all these senators, doesn't work like that. You have to be American at certain stages, certain requests, and they can be very kind, but they won't work for you. They work for the American people, and they have strict mandates codified of what those positions do, which is not educating Canadians, which isn't helping Canadians. It's not just America First. That isn't a slogan, it's a law. And there's also laws that govern those positions. It's not like Prime Minister of Canada or a Premier where they get to do whatever they want. They get to say and do whatever they want. That doesn't work in the United States. They're mandated, they're defined in their constitutions of what they can do. Just like the judiciary across the board in the United States can't join political parties. They must remain non-partisan. All judges, all those in positions, director of law, director of an institute of legal studies, professor in an institute, they're not allowed to go out there and campaign and do all these things in the American justice system. They don't. Just like president or Congress or Senate, they have strict functions, and those are absolute. It's mandated, even in laws, but absolutely constitutionally. Donald J. Trump can't tell you, but he can say if somebody else can explain it, you can go and explain it. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to give the truth of Canada absolutely as it is with all its flaws, the truth absolutely of America and all its flaws, and what we can do together. What needs to be explained to all Canadians, that yes, our healthcare will considerably improve. I will myth bust the alt-right on this. Those who say there is no place for any kind of public health, I'll myth bust that. And I'm also going to myth bust that there is no place for private health. I'm going to myth bust that. These two factions that state, oh, no, there's no place. We're going to go through the truth of what it is to be an American and citizen, absolutely myth busting any of the baloney sold by a lot of bad actors that there's accountability as an American citizen. Let's get that right off the table, and tomorrow we're going to go into that, especially in health. There is absolutely and 100% accountability and responsibility of the individual in the American system, which goes for your health. You do not get a free run. You don't. And the choices you make, how you live your life, determines your health outcomes and where you fall into that system. Some of this is imposed in Canada under the public system. Much of it isn't. What's fair or righteous all depends on the crown. Giveth and taketh away, which is problematic too. But don't for a second think that there's a magic pill in America that says you can do whatever you want and that somebody else is going to pay. That is an entirely unacceptable and absolute myth of the United States. We're going to go through both of them. We're going to show you what's possible as a State of the Union and why for Canada it's better. And if it does happen, we may effectually change the United States of America entirely. And if you don't think it's true, I can promise you, with one Kennedy and one Saunders, along with the GOP and Donald J. Trump himself, he's all about business and economic sense. Make it make sense if somebody can. So I'm going to do that for all of you. And you can see for yourself, we'll see what comes down the pipeline, which is far off, but you will see, and this will make sense. God bless everybody. Last video, time to go to bed. I got to work. Good night. Share. Get it out there. This one's going to be epic tomorrow. I love challenges. Bye now.